I am in downtown Kent where fire officials give updates on the fire that happened Friday. We have more on the investigation.
A book sale is being held this week on campus, what the proceeds go to and when it's open.
In North Carolina, Moore County officers are taking action after a massive power outage, what they are doing to keep the county safe and the next steps to repair power substations.
Filming 9 to 5, the Queen of Country has joined a new social media platform. Her newest post and more tonight on TV2 News.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Nuried Hurtado.
And we start tonight with updates on the cleanup efforts after Friday's explosive fire in downtown Kent. The former star of the West Mill ignited in flames Friday morning and was put out Saturday afternoon.
Fire crews still remain at the site of the mill to clean up the aftermath of the massive fire. TV2's Sydney Brown has more on the aftermath. Hi, Sydney.
Hi, Erin. Hi, Nuried. I'm here in downtown where the fire at the mill was lit just behind me a couple of days ago. Now, since then, it has been contained, but there are still concerns moving forward. So, as we know, the fire department was here all day cleaning up along with other departments. And as we move into the weekend, we had cleanup crews here, and I also spoke to Chief Myers today, who told me about what's been going on with their firefighters and the cleanup efforts, along with their continued investigation.
We have different agencies still involved. We have the State Fire Marshal's Office involved, ATF, the Kent Police Department, and our investigators from the fire department.
Now, currently at the scene, there is a crane right behind me, along with the yellow tape that indicates that the scene is still not, you're not supposed to be over here. But they have it contained and they are still investigating, as we know. So there were actually 7 departments that were here to contain the fire, along with because this was a 3-alarm fire. This was a big deal, and we still have fears that bricks might be falling because there was such a big explosion. Now, Kent Fire Department, along with neighboring departments, once again, worked to distinguish this fire, and crews from the Kent Service Department have been working all weekend to make this area safe for everybody. But you should know that downtown is open. These places have been open, and you can come down to support them. So once again, in downtown Kent, we have more at 6:30. For TV2 News, I'm Sydney Brown.
Thanks, Sydney. Kent State School of Information will hold a holiday book sale tomorrow and Wednesday in the library. The sale will benefit the Reinberger Library Center, which all proceeds will go to student support. The event will go on from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 3rd floor. Cash or check is accepted.
And Kent State Blood Initiative is having their final blood drive of the semester today. The blood drive started at 3 p.m. and it will go until 7 p.m. KSU Blood Initiative say inclement weather during winter months can lead to blood drive cancellations, limiting the amount of blood able to collect. All students who donate receive a $10 e-gift card, and all donors are entered to win a $500 gift card.
Kent Police is teaming up with Citizens Association for a Fill-A-Cruiser. This event aims to fill a police car with toys, games, non-perishable food items, and more. The donation site will be at Walgreens on Water Street this Saturday. All items collected will be donated to Kent families this holiday season. To see what you can donate, you can visit the Kent Police Department social media to find out more information. I really enjoyed that sunshine today after I bundled up for class. It was a nice surprise.
I know, right? And it wasn't even that cold. So I'm wondering, what are we going to expect for the rest of the day? Odin, what can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you guys, hello all Portage County, Northeast Ohio. Hope you're having a nice evening, Monday evening out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Goby with your Monday evening weather forecast. Currently in Kent right now, we are dealing with 42 degrees out there. Feels like 48 out there. It's an amazing day. Dew point at 11 degrees, winds moving north at 6 miles per hour, visibility at 10 miles. It is definitely a gorgeous evening out there, to say the least. And as we look at your Northeast Ohio temperatures, we are dealing with lows in the lower 40s right now. Kent 42, Cleveland at 45, Sandusky at 43, Mansfield at 45, Worcester at 41. It is definitely a nice evening out there, and it is gorgeous for sure. So definitely bundle up, enjoy this lovely evening. And as we look at your hour-by-hour forecast for this evening, we will be dealing with cloudy skies for your 7 p.m. with 38 degrees. Towards 9 o'clock, we'll also deal with partly cloudy skies with 40 degrees, and 11 o'clock with 40 degrees. That's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. The Portage Haven Center in Portage County is looking for volunteers to help with opening a warming center this winter. The center is hoping to open the center at its Ravenna Township facility, but only has enough volunteers for the daytime. Those interested in volunteering can contact the Haven or go to the company's website at www.portagehaven.com or call the number at the bottom of your screen.
The Friends of the Garrettsville Library has renamed the Youth Library to honor the late librarian Terry Lawless. Lawless was a lifelong resident of Portage County and worked at the Garrettsville Library for almost 50 years until she died of complications from COVID-19 in September 2021. The Portage County District Library approved the Friends' request to rename the Youth Room and plan to install updates to the room this month.
And Canton is adding an additional attraction to their Football Hall of Fame, a water park. Canton officials held a ceremony Monday morning to mark the start of the 2-year project. The attraction will feature water slides, several pools, and outdoor entertainment areas. This also would make Ohio the first state to have a football-themed water park in the country. Pfizer is looking for FDA approval for vaccines while scarlet fever cases are on the rise. Stick around to hear about the move in our Health Minute.
And all eyes in Georgia right now as runoff campaigns draw to a close and both candidates are making their final pitch to voters.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back. Pfizer is looking for FDA approval for vaccines, and the scarlet fever cases are rising.
That's right, Erin. Our correspondent Anthony Leonardi has more on today's Kelta Stories. Hi, Anthony.
Thanks, guys, and good evening, Portage County. I have some important health information in today's Health Minute. Children's painkillers are becoming increasingly harder to find due to high levels of respiratory viruses. Dr. Odin Amador-Goby has more on the issue.
Across the U.S., some shelves empty as demand for children's painkillers skyrockets.
I've been doing this for 27 years, and I have never seen this amount of sick kids at once.
Drug maker Johnson & Johnson says the company is experiencing high demand of their children's painkillers and is working to maximize their production capacity. If your child has a fever and acting sick or is in pain, there are other forms of pain-killing medication, says Cleveland Clinic pediatrician Dr. Maureen Almond.
There is a rectal suppository for acetaminophen, and that's actually very helpful if you have a child who's also vomiting.
Almond says parents can also crush up an adult ibuprofen or acetaminophen and mix it with a syrup or juice, but only if their child meets weight requirements.
If your child weighs enough that they typically can take 2 teaspoons of the children's ibuprofen liquid or children's acetaminophen liquid, then they weigh enough to have a crushed pill.
There are other ways to treat fever too, including cold compresses under their arm or back of their neck.
Do be very careful though in infants. Do not do this with infants, especially less than 6 months of age, because they can get too cold.
Almond says seek medical care if the fever lasts longer than 5 days or if an infant less than 2 months of age has a fever. She says to also call a doctor if your child gets dehydrated. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Babies are suffering from collapsed lungs and needed oxygen assistance to breathe. Their parents keep vigil next to the hospital bed. They don't go to sleep because they're worried their child will stop breathing and they'll miss.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the government for assistance as the number of kids being hospitalized with respiratory illnesses across the country continues to rise. Due to the high volume of hospitalizations, pediatric hospital beds and pain medicines like children's ibuprofen and acetaminophen are also in short supply. Johnson & Johnson said they are experiencing a very high demand and production sites are working to maximize production. And Pfizer is seeking FDA authorization for vaccines for children under 4 years old. The company said that if authorized, the vaccine would be for emergency use, and children ages 6 months through 4 years old would receive the original COVID-19 vaccine for the first 2 doses, and then an updated version made for the Omicron subvariant as the 3rd dose. And health officials in the UK are advising parents to seek medical advice immediately if their child has symptoms of strep A, also known as scarlet fever, after the deaths of 6 children. Strep A is a bacteria often found on the skin or in the throat, which can cause infections and fevers. Many people who have strep A can carry it without symptoms, and it can spread through coughs, sneezes, and close contact. And that's all I have for today's Health Minute. I'm Anthony Leonardi reporting for TV2 News.
Thanks, Anthony. There is some bad blood between Ticketmaster and Taylor Swift fans. Many Swifties are suing the ticketing giant and its parent company, Live Nation. They say Ticketmaster broke antitrust and engaged in anti-competitive practices, charging higher prices on fans in the now chaotic sales process for Swift's The Eras Tour. Ticketmaster has apologized to fans and said that the demand and both attacks drove unprecedented traffic to the site and essentially broke it.
Lava from the ongoing eruption at the Mauna Loa volcano is just miles away from a crucial highway on the Big Island. However, experts say it's unlikely to try to redirect the lava flow.
The lava was just 2.5 miles from the Daniel K. Inouye highway on Saturday afternoon, according to an alert from the U.S. Geological Survey. The highway runs east to west through the center of the island, and experts say it's difficult to predict when the lava might hit the highway. Now for weather here in Northeast Ohio, we have our own Odin Amador-Goby.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your statewide temperatures, and as we can see right now, it is a beautiful evening out there all across our great state. We are dealing with 47 degrees in Steubenville, 45 in Akron, 45 in Columbus, Dayton at 47, Cincinnati at 46, and Lima at 43. It is definitely a beautiful evening out there. So if you're out and about, definitely enjoy it for sure. And as we look at your tomorrow's forecast, we will be seeing a bit of rain showers all throughout the day with overcast skies at times. Winds will be light and variable with a 50% chance of rain, so it's going to be kind of an on and off situation. We won't be expecting tons of rain, but it will come tomorrow. So definitely be prepared for it. Get an umbrella just in case, because you never know when a rain shower will head your way. And as we look at your 7-day outlook, we are going to be dealing with temperatures are up in the 40s. Tuesday, rain showers with highs in the 40s, and towards Wednesday, 51 degrees with rain showers. And then towards your Thursday, we'll be dealing with cloudy skies with highs in the upper 40s. For Friday, we'll continue to deal with rain showers with high of 40. Then your Saturday and Sunday, we'll be dealing with cloudy skies with highs up in the upper 40s. And towards your Monday, we'll be dealing with rain showers with high up 45 degrees. So it's going to definitely be a dreary weekend out there, a dreary week ahead as well for everybody. And that about wraps up my Monday evening weather forecast. Enjoy the nice weather while it lasts. Great week. Have a great week ahead, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. On Tuesday, Herschel Walker and Senator Raphael Warnock will face off in Georgia's runoff election. Polls indicate that this election will be a close call, so both candidates are racing against the clock to campaign. This election has driven nearly 2 million voters to the polls and has had a historic number of early voters already cast their ballots.
And nearly 40,000 customers in North Carolina could be without power until Thursday, after an attack on 2 Moore County power substations. The resulting power outage forced schools to close Monday and the American Red Cross to open a shelter for residents lacking heat or medical care. State and local law enforcement officials are working with Duke Energy to get power restored as quickly as possible. They say the damage is so bad the transformer will likely need to be replaced.
Russian President Vladimir Putin intensified his crackdown on LGBTQ+ people on Monday. Putin signed a new legislation that widely bans public expression of their identity in the country. Now, the new law makes it illegal to spread propaganda about non-traditional sexual relations in the media. Demonstrations of, quote, non-traditional relationships or preferences will also be completely barred from advertising in any outlet visible to minors. Distributing to minors any information that causes children to want to change their sex was also prohibited.
Netflix is releasing the first episodes of a long-awaited docuseries. What's coming up on Netflix and when you can start watching?
One of Kent State football's best is hitting the transfer portal, who it is and where he could be going.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Corrali. Here is what's happening in the sports world of Portage County and beyond. We start with news out of Kent State's football program that broke last night as star wide receiver Dante Cephas has announced that he will hit the transfer portal, ending his time with the program. Cephas took to social media to announce his decision, saying, quote, "To my teammates who are forever brothers, I want to thank every one of you for the years we spent," end quote. Cephas has been with the team since 2019, with his best season as a Golden Flash coming in 2021, as he had over 1,000 yards receiving and appeared in the MAC championship game. The wideout has 2 years of eligibility left, and according to his Twitter account, has received offers from Penn State, West Virginia, and Pitt. Keeping things here locally, it's now time to go around Kent State athletics and see how the Flashes fared over the weekend. The men's basketball team hosted South Dakota State and trounced the Jackrabbits 83-68. The Flashes bounced back after losing 2 games in a row and remain unbeaten at home. The women's team took down St. Bonaventure on Sunday 64-49. The team had a season high of 10 steals in the contest and will head to Duquesne on Wednesday. The men's track and field team opened their season on a high note as sophomore Brady Ball ran a personal best in the 5K with a time of 14 minutes and 12.93 seconds. Finally, Jake Ferry, Cody Kamara, and Enrique Mungaya all had stellar performances at the Cliff Clean Invitational in Las Vegas. For more Kent State sports coverage, make sure to follow TV2 Sports across social media. And now we go to developments that came out this morning in Charlotte as former Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield has been released by the Carolina Panthers. The 5th-year quarterback has been struggling in his new home as they are 4-8 and are projected to have a top 10 pick in next year's NFL draft. Panthers interim head coach Steve Wilks said that Mayfield agreed to be released if he isn't slated to be the Panthers' starting or backup quarterback. Those spots belong to Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker, respectively. That will do it for sports for now, but coming up we'll have highlights on the Browns game from Sunday and the Cavs squaring off against the Knicks. Now, let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Matt. Now, a famous country star has officially joined a certain social media app. Who it is and what the app is being graced with, the Queen of Country. Welcome back. For those invested in the royal family, we have great news for you. Netflix announced Monday that the first 3 episodes of Harry and Meghan docuseries will air December 8th. Now, the series will take viewers from the couple's early courtship to the challenges that led to their decision to step back from the institution.
The series also includes commentary from friends and family who have never before spoken publicly about what they witnessed. And good news, you won't have to wait long for the last 3 episodes. These episodes will air on December 15.
The Queen of Country has officially joined TikTok. The hitmaker announced she joined the app on Sunday by sharing a link to her profile on Twitter with the caption, "Better late than never," with a winky face emoji. Her first post comprised a montage of her public appearances over the years, accompanied by her smash hit, 9 to 5. The text posted across the video reads, "Hey TikTok, it's Dolly." while the caption reads, "I have arrived." Hashtag Hey It's Dolly, hashtag Dolly Talk. Don't you just love her?
I love her so much. Like 9 to 5 is one of my favorite songs.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it.
You know, I'm so excited that she joined TikTok because now like the younger generation can get a glimpse of why Dolly is the queen of country and why she is so loved.
Yeah, for sure. And they can learn more about her and even like the music that she has already. So that will be amazing.
Yeah, we can't wait to see Dolly in her wigs and all.
What about Harry and Meghan?
You know, maybe I'll tune in. Maybe I won't. I guess we're going to have to find out later on. But for now, I'm just going to soak in all the Dolly stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's all the time we have tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Tonight at 6, we will have more news and updates. I'm Nuried Hurtado.
And I'm Erin Sullivan. Coming up at 6:30, we'll have updates on the Kent Mill explosion. Here's a video of it. And our reporter is live from the scene of Friday's mill fire, how the community and fire officials are reacting to the aftermath.
Pfizer is looking for approval on an updated vaccine for kids under 4 years old, what it means for parents and their children.
Russia has put a new law in place that worries those in the LGBTQ community. All this and more when we return at 6:30.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us on our final Monday newscast of the semester. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Nuried Hurtado.
Now we begin tonight with updates on the devastating mill fire.
Our reporter Sydney Brown has the details. Hi, Sydney.
Hi guys, I'm here in downtown Kent behind the former Star of the West mill that caught fire on Friday. Now, we still don't know the details of why this caught fire, but I did speak to Chief Myers and officials at Hometown Bank who were here on Friday and gave their perspectives. Now, we are going to jump in to learn more about the fire. The Kent Fire Department has been working non-stop to keep the community safe after the former Star of the West mill caught fire Friday morning.
We do have some concerns with the front of the building there just because of the fact that the brick and stuff has been displaced, and so therefore it could be a fall hazard, and we're making sure that a more stronger barrier is put in place there so nobody gets up close to it or stays away from it.
An investigation started today with many agencies working together to determine the cause of the fire.
We have the State Fire Marshal's Office involved, ATF, the Kent Police Department, and our investigators from the fire department as well. Exactly how long this will take, there's a lot of information that has to be gone through and extrapolated, so it's going to probably be a little bit of time yet.
Right next to the mill is Hometown Bank, who had to evacuate Friday morning due to the fire.
Yeah, we were closed for the rest of the day, and the electricity to our building was shut off, so we couldn't, of course, take care of customers. Not only was it impossible for them to get here because of the equipment and the fire folks fighting the fire, but we didn't have any electricity either. And that goes for our drive-through, which is right across the street.
With the history in downtown Kent, Sessions is grateful their building is still standing.
Every bank has their purpose, and being a small community bank, as we are, right in the heart of downtown Kent, we've been here for 125 years. And their work and their expertise and the fire department's skills will allow us to be here a lot longer.
The investigation is still ongoing, and we still do not know what started this fire, but TV2 will be there to update you as we learn more. Reporting from downtown Kent from the former West Star of the Mill, I'm Sydney Brown.
Thanks, Sydney. Kent State School of Information will hold a holiday book sale tomorrow and Wednesday in the library. The sale will benefit the Rainburger Library Center, and all proceeds will go to student support. The event will go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the 3rd floor, and cash or check is accepted. And keeping up with Kent Kent State Blood Initiative is having their final blood drive of the semester today. The blood drive started at 3 p.m. and it will go until 7 p.m. KSU Blood Initiative say inclement weather during winter months can lead to blood drive cancellations, limiting the amount of blood able to be collected. All college students who donate receive a $10 e-gift card, and all donors are entered to win a $500 gift card.
Kent Police is teaming up with Citizens Association for Fill a Cruiser. This event aims to fill a police car up with toys, games, and non-perishable food items and more. The donation site will be at Walgreens on Water Street this Saturday. All items collected will be donated to Kent families this holiday season, and to see what you can donate, you can visit the Kent State Police Department's social media to find out more information. The Portage Haven Center in Portage County is looking for volunteers to help with opening a warming center this winter. The center is hoping to open the center at its Ravenna Township facility, but only has enough volunteers for the daytime. Those interested in volunteering can contact the Haven or go to the company's website at www.portagehaven.com or call the number down at your screen.
Hello all, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. Hope you're having a nice Monday evening out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Goby with your Monday evening weather forecast. Currently in Kent right now, it is a gorgeous evening out there. 41 degrees, feels like 48 out there. It is party cloudy skies out there. It's amazing. So definitely enjoy it for sure. Dew point at 11 degrees, winds moving north at 6 miles per hour, visibility at 10 miles. It is definitely an amazing evening out there. Enjoy it for sure. And as we look at your Northeast Ohio temperatures, we are dealing with temperatures in the lower 40s tonight. Kent at 41, Cleveland at 45, 40 in Worcester, Mansfield at 44, and Sandusky at 45. It is definitely a cold evening out there, so if you're going out and about, please bundle up. It might be a little windy out there too, so please be aware of that as you're heading out. And your nighttime forecast, we will be dealing with cloudy skies for your 7 o'clock. And towards your 9 o'clock, we'll also deal with cloudy skies, and 11 o'clock, we'll deal with cloudy skies with lows in the 40s. That's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. A Summit County Sheriff's Office deputy was struck in the face and injured Friday. A 21-year-old Cleveland woman was retrieved from the middle of a Coventry Township road. Police said when she was questioned by the deputy, she indicated a desire to harm herself. According to the department, she became aggressive while being processed and struck the deputy. The woman was charged with felonious assault on an officer.
A Canton teen was arrested after they broke out of the city's multi-county juvenile detention center Sunday evening. A 17-year-old male was arrested Monday morning without incident. Now the teen has also been charged for violation of court order and assault, and police are still investigating his escape.
Attorneys from Jaylan Walker's family are questioning why Akron police officers removed a sign calling for justice over Walker's death. The city administration said an ordinance prohibits the placement of posters in the public right-of-way, and the offense is a minor misdemeanor. Akron police fatally shot Jaylan Walker about 40 times in June after an attempted traffic stop for minor equipment violations.
Akron police are searching for a carjacking suspect after an incident Friday. Police say a 42-year-old man was carjacked last Friday around 4 p.m. on the 1000th block of South Arlington Street. The suspect drove off with the stolen silver Kia Soul with the license plate FXZ 3773. The suspect was reportedly wearing a black hooded sweatshirt with black pants. Anyone with information is asked to contact Akron police.
A 39-year-old man is in critical condition after he was struck by a car early morning near the University of Akron. The victim was taken to the Cleveland Clinic, where he was admitted into the intensive care unit and listed in critical condition. The 42-year-old woman who was driving the vehicle remained in the scene and cooperated with the police. According to the police, alcohol and speed don't appear to be factors in the incident.
Ticketmaster is still under fire for the Eras Tour mishap. What legal actions were taken by the Swifties?
Georgia is on their final countdown and the runoff voting is just hours away. What the candidates are doing on the closing days of the runoff campaign.
tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back. The Department of Homeland Security is giving states 2 more years before it starts enforcing its so-called Real ID requirements. The new deadline is now May 7th, 2025, at which point all state driver's licenses must meet security standards established by the Real ID Act.
After the deadline, IDs that don't meet those standards won't be accepted by federal agencies, including the Transportation Security Administration. Pushing the deadline back 2 years gives states more time to ensure the driver's license meet all requirements.
Now, Pfizer is looking for FDA approval for vaccines, and the scarlet fever cases are rising.
Our correspondent Anthony Leonardi has more on today's health stories. Hi, Anthony.
Thanks, guys, and good evening, Portage County. I have some important health information in today's Health Minute. Children's painkillers are becoming increasingly harder to find due to high levels of respiratory viruses. Dr. Odin Amador-Goby has more on the issue.
Across the U.S., some shelves empty as demand for children's painkillers skyrockets.
I've been doing this for 27 years, and I have never seen this amount of sick kids at once.
Drug maker Johnson & Johnson says the company is experiencing high demand of their children's painkillers and is working to maximize their production capacity. If your child has a fever and acting sick or is in pain, there are other forms of pain-killing medication, says Cleveland Clinic pediatrician Dr. Maureen Almond.
There is a rectal suppository for acetaminophen, and that's actually very helpful if you have a child who's also vomiting.
Almond says parents can also crush up an adult ibuprofen or acetaminophen and mix it with a syrup or juice, but only if their child meets weight requirements.
If your child weighs enough that they typically can take 2 teaspoons of the children's ibuprofen liquid or children's acetaminophen liquid, then they weigh enough to have a crushed pill.
There are other ways to treat fever too, including cold compresses under their arm or back of their neck.
Do be very careful though in infants. Do not do this with infants, especially less than 6 months of age, because they can get too cold.
Almond says seek medical care if the fever lasts longer than 5 days or if an infant less than 2 months of age has a fever. She says to also call a doctor if your child gets dehydrated. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Babies are suffering from collapsed lungs and needed oxygen assistance to breathe. Their parents keep vigil next to the hospital bed. They don't go to sleep because they're worried their child will stop breathing and they'll miss.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling on the government for assistance as the number of kids being hospitalized with respiratory illnesses across the country continues to rise. Due to the high volume of hospitalizations, pediatric hospital beds and pain medicines like children's ibuprofen and acetaminophen are also in short supply. Johnson & Johnson said they are experiencing very high demand and production sites are working to maximize production. And health officials in the UK are advising parents to seek medical advice immediately if their child has symptoms of strep A, also known as scarlet fever, after the deaths of 6 children. Strep A is a bacteria often found on the skin or in the throat, which can often cause infections or fevers. Many people who have strep A can carry it without symptoms, and it can spread through coughs, sneezes, and close contact. And Pfizer is seeking FDA authorization for vaccines for children under 4 years old. The company said that if authorized, the vaccine would be for emergency use for children ages 6 months through 4 years old. They would receive the original COVID vaccine for the first 2 doses, and then an updated version made for the Omicron subvariant as the 3rd dose. And that's all I have for today's Health Minute. I'm Anthony Leonardi reporting for TV2 News.
Thanks, Anthony. There is some bad blood between Ticketmaster and Taylor Swift fans. Many Swifties are suing the ticketing giant and its parent company, Live Nation. They say Ticketmaster broke antitrust and engaged in anti-competitive practices, charging higher prices on fans in the now chaotic sales process for Swift's The Eras Tour. Ticketmaster has apologized to fans and said that the demand and boat attacks drove unprecedented traffic to the site and essentially broke it.
Bob McGrath, an original Sesame Street cast member, has died at age 90. His family says he died peacefully at home. McGrath appeared in the Sesame Street pilot in 1969 and went on to work 47 seasons of the show. He played the friendly neighbor Bob Johnson. He helped make several of the Sesame Street's best-known songs, like People in Your Neighborhood and Sing a Song. The Sesame Workshop paid tribute, saying his performances brought joy and wonder to generations of children around the world.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your statewide temperatures, and it is a beautiful evening out there. 45 degrees in Akron, 47 in Steubenville, Columbus at 45, Dayton at 47, Cincinnati at 46, and Lima at 43 degrees. It is definitely a very nice evening out there. Definitely a cold evening, so if you're going out and about, please bundle up. It might be a little windy out there, so please be aware of that as you're heading out and about. And let's talk about tomorrow's forecast, as tomorrow we will be dealing with rain showers at times all throughout the day with overcast skies. So it's going to be a bit of a dreary day out there, unlike the sunshine that we had earlier today. But it won't be too bad though, because temperatures will still be in the upper 40s. So it'll be 47 degrees tomorrow. So it'll be a pretty nice day for sure. And your 7-day outlook, let's talk about it, folks. We will be dealing with rain showers for your Tuesday with high up at 47 degrees, and then Wednesday we'll continue that rain shower pattern with highs up in the upper 50s, and then toward Thursday we will start to dry out a little bit with high of 45 degrees, but then the rain will start to come back towards your Friday with highs in the 40s. But then Saturday and Sunday, your weekend outlook will be pretty nice. 42 degrees for your Saturday, 41 degrees for your Sunday. And then towards your Monday, the rain showers will return with highs up in the 40s, 45 degrees. It's going to definitely be a fall pattern out there. And that about wraps up my Monday evening weather forecast. Enjoy the nice weather while it lasts. Have a great weekend out there, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Matter of fact, call your father and your mother, your sister and your brother. Call Lottie, Dottie, and everybody.
Call 10 of your friends to go vote, or you can pick up your friends to go vote. And all you that got to vote tomorrow, carry someone with you that hadn't voted to vote.
Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker are making their final pitches ahead of Tuesday's runoff election. Democrats secure control of the Senate, winning 50 seats during midterm elections last month. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans are hoping to gain a seat in order to keep a 50-50 split. Warnock finished narrowly ahead of Walker in November, but it wasn't enough to avoid the runoff.
We've not been able to tie anything back to the drag show. No motivation. No group has stepped up to acknowledge or accept that they're the ones that done it.
Nearly 40,000 customers in North Carolina could be without power until Thursday after an attack on 2 more county power substations. The resulting power outage forced schools to close Monday and the American Red Cross to open a shelter for residents lacking heat or medical care. State and local law enforcement officials are working with Duke Energy to get power restored as quickly as possible. They say the damage is so bad the transformer will likely need to be replaced.
Now going overseas, China is getting ready to ease their COVID policies after Chinese protests in major cities. Beijing and 16 other cities allowed residents to board buses and subways without a COVID test in the previous 48 hours. Also, industrial centers reopened markets and businesses across the country and lifted most curbs on movement while keeping some restrictions in high-infected neighborhoods.
Apple has announced plans to move productions out of China while protests sweep the country. Apple employees in Zhengzhou have protested the country's strict zero-COVID policies, which has slowed down tech production. The tech company originally had plans to relocate, but the protest pushed Apple quickly to announce their decision. 45% of iPhone production is expected to come out of India and other Apple gadgets from Vietnam.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a legislative package of amendments expanding and toughening punishment for activists viewed as LGBTQ propaganda. Russia's upper house of parliament approved the bill last Wednesday, and the amendments include heavier penalties for anyone promoting, quote, non-traditional sexual relations and or preference, end quote. Under the new law, those will be banned across the internet, media, books, audiovisual services, cinema, and advertising.
A hit TV series is making its way back to the screen. Find out which fan favorite returns.
Sunday, the Browns squared off against the Houston Texans in the return of Deshaun Watson. How the game turned out ahead.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Welcome back to TV2 Sports. I'm Matt Corrali. We have a lot to get to in Cleveland sports with highlights of yesterday's Browns and Cavs highlights, but we start with breaking news right here in Kent State sports. We start with some breaking news. Kent State head football coach Sean Lewis is leaving Kent State to take the offensive coordinator job at Colorado under new head coach Deion Sanders, per Pete Thamel of ESPN. Kent State officials plan to build on the foundation that Lewis built there, which included the school's first ever bowl win. The buyout of his contract is $750,000, which will be reinvested into the program. Stick with Kent Wired and TV2 for updates as they become available. Let's now go to Houston for the return of Deshaun Watson. It's Browns, it's Texans on Sunday afternoon. First play in the early first quarter were scoreless. Deshaun Watson finds Anthony Schwartz, but he coughs up the football, and it's picked up by Desmond King II. There's Cleveland's first hiccup of the afternoon on this Sunday. On the ensuing drives, Texans kicker Kymie Fairbairn drills a 44-yard field goal to put Houston up first, 3-0 Texans. Let's go to the second. Browns are pinned deep in their territory, trying to get out of the end zone. They try to do it with running back Nick Chubb. They don't. It's a safety, and the Texans now have a 5-0 advantage. Later in the quarter, Browns need a spark. Donovan Peoples-Jones will try to do it. He breaks some tackles, he tries to stay on his feet, and he does. He will take this punt return all the way to the house for the score. It's the first Browns punt return for a touchdown since 2015 and the second in the NFL this season. Let's go to the second half. The Texans are deep in their own territory, but you see the ball come out and Denzel Ward will run it in for a touchdown. Houston quarterback Kyle Allen coughs up the ball. It's 14-5 Browns. In the fourth quarter, Browns up 17-8. You can see Chase Winovich, number 69, deflect the pass, and Tony Fields II takes it in for a touchdown. That'll be your final from Houston. Browns 27, Texans 14. Cleveland wins without scoring a touchdown on offense. Let's now go to some basketball. Cavs-Knicks on Sunday as we start with a turnover. As Darius Garland lobs it up to Lamar Stevenson for the slam, the Cavs cut the lead to 6 late in the first half. Next time down the floor, Donovan Mitchell trying to go in the paint but finds Darius Garland wide open for a three. Bang! A wide open tray for DG trims the lead to a possession. It was a hard-fought battle, but the final from the Mecca. The Knicks 92, the Cavs 81. New York now improves to 11-13. That will wrap it up for sports. For more TV2 sports coverage, make sure to tune in to the season finale of Sports Corner tonight at 8 o'clock. For TV2 Sports, I'm Matt Corrali, saying wherever the ball flies in the air, TV2 Sports will be there. Good night.
Criminal Minds is back on TV. Crime junkies rejoice as Paramount Plus announced its plans to bring the show back to life.
Welcome back. Criminal Minds is back on television, but has taken a very dark news story to streaming on the Paramount Plus.
Rick Miguel reports in today's Hollywood Minute.
My years as a profiler, I studied killers, but I never studied what a pandemic would do to them.
The Behavioral Analysis Unit takes on a new breed of serial killer in Criminal Minds Evolution.
These aren't just connected cases. This is a serial killing network.
To me, it was such a smart way of looking at how the last couple of years would have affected our heroes, who the office has been shut down. They've been working out off of their phones and off of each other and just with the resources at hand, but how it would affect a serial killer.
I'll grieve in my own way, thank you very much. And I wish other people would respect that.
The series also delves into off-screen events during the pandemic that affects the members of the BAU.
I think it goes to the thing of like everybody's got a story and nobody gets a free ride. And this is my story and this is the ride I'm on, and this ride has taken a bad turn, but that happens.
Maybe it's time we call our expert.
We promised we wouldn't.
I don't know who else could help.
God, I hate how easy it is to pick this back up.
My character was one of those people who expanded while sheltering in place, who became more of herself, who got to spend more time with herself and enjoy her introvertedness, which she is deeply. And then I got to do that, and now she's sort of like coming out like this different kind of butterfly, but the wings are still wet, and she's like, you want me to go look at murder? I'm a butterfly.
I miss the team every day. I miss you.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
We are getting to the end of our newscast, but we wanted to make room for one of our seniors.
Yes, Erin. Tony's been part of TV2 for quite some time now, and we want to make sure he gets a proper goodbye. So Tony, take it away.
Thank you, Nuried. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tony Perialis. I'm the director of the Monday newscast and entertainment director at TV2. I've been involved in the technical and entertainment side of things here at TV2 for about 2.5 years now. It's been a fun journey for me, and can't believe how much I've been able to do since in such a short time. Talk about, I remember my first time going into the studio and stuff like that. It was my third year of college, and I felt like a freshman, nervous again. I remember seeing Kyle Miller in the studio and stuff like that, and I was so nervous to go in, and I thought I was going to get yelled at. But I remember Kyle and Max Schilling training me and stuff like that, and just being able to do so many positions. I went from doing two shows my first semester, doing 5 shows each day of the week during the COVID semester. I remember my first time doing the Monday newscast. I remember Lily Fisher called me one time and she needed a fill-in, and I ended up doing VTR for the rest of that Monday newscast for fall of 2020. And it was, I remember like back in the day, we were like so, it was a dark time. We didn't have too many people. We didn't even have any floor crew on the newscast. I've been doing the Monday newscast for like the past 2 semesters now, and it's been a great time. I was under Lily Fisher last semester, and I've been able to learn so much. I couldn't ask for a better group of people. I want to thank my crew. Anthony, Devin, Nathan, Pierce, Elena, you guys have been awesome to work with. I love you all so much. Thank you so much, guys. Till next time, love you all.
We have a lot of special seniors graduating this semester. Tony, thank you. We will miss you a lot.
Yeah, we for sure will miss you. So, guys, how are we feeling about our last show of the semester?
Well, I mean, it's sad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the last time we became a close-knit group, so it's definitely sad to see this kind of an end here.
I agree. It's fun that it's nice to know that we made it through a good semester, but at the same time, it is kind of heartbreaking to see Tony go. I'm gonna miss Tony so much.
I'm gonna miss you too, Odin.
Tony's my bestie.
All right, you guys. Well, we're so tight-knit. We got the boys on the other side of the studio tonight, but that is all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for sticking around this semester.
Thank you for joining us on our last Monday newscast of the semester.
For updates on these stories and more, please visit our website.
And our social media platforms at Kent Wired. I'm Matt Corrali.
I'm Odin Amador-Goby.
I'm Anthony Leonardi.
I'm Erin Sullivan.
I'm Nuried Hurtado.
I'm Tony Perialis. Happy holidays, Portage County.